if you're a people watcher, if you like to take breaks in the theme park, well, this is for you, because I'm going to show you inside of Universal Studios and inside of Islands of Adventure where you can do that. So walking into Universal Studios, there's going to be the first spot right over here. And that's literally right here as soon as you walk in the gates, right opposite of guest services. There's the gates. There's benches here. Tree area here. This whole area right by guest services. That's not the only area over here. If you go back to the bathroom video, there's also an area right by those bathrooms over here too. Right over here where the fans are. Just a little hideaway. Get away from the sun. A lot of these areas aren't going to be so much quiet areas. There are going to be a lot of those as well. But there's still going to be areas in here that are going to be kind of populated, but they're still calm and you get away from everything. I will let you know as well if it's one of our favorite locations from the two Real Geeks that we like to go to as well. Because there are some locations in here that we do favor a lot. Also keep in mind, some of these locations that I show you may be smoking zones as well. I will let that be known as well. So when it's open right outside of Schwinn Pharmacy here, they do set up tables over here. Just watching people as they go by, especially this time of year when there's a horror zone here. Down over here at the end of horror makeup is a good area too to kind of get a break, as well as I'll show you this here. Yes, you got the benches over there on the street right outside horror makeup. But right here where the big Hollywood photo op sign is, right opposite that, it's a good little area over here. It's just out of the way. And another cool thing about this is this is where all the characters come out from the meet and greets and parades and everything too. There's a whole area outside of Cafe La Bamba. Opposite Cafe La Bamba, you do have the Central Park area. There's a lot of areas around here I'm noticing right now. So I'm going to show you the whole area around here that I'm talking about where you can go. You got right outside Transformers, you got the whole Central Park area by the water. Right here, especially this time of year, there's really no food stand over here. I mean, there is stuff here, but it's not busy. You can take advantage of the benches over here in the shade. Just get away from all the foot traffic. So I mentioned Transformers right there. You come down these stairs over here, and then there's a whole seating area down here too. It's not shaded, but it's less traveled by many people. And then the cool thing is the view that you get over here. Basically see the whole park. So technically this area outside of Transformers is referred to as Battery Park. Still sticking with the Central Park area. You know, you got the Central Park crepes over there, and then the actual Cafe La Bamba stand over here for your drinks. But where we're walking to on the side, nobody really takes advantage of these areas over here. See, there's tables, multiple tables over here. Shade, and then cool thing in this area is, come on up here, this whole little fountain seated area. Honestly, this area right here is probably one of my new favorite areas inside of Universal Studios Florida to come and relax in. Quiet, you get to watch everybody go by, nobody's here bothering you. Just grab some food, bring it over here, it's shaded, it's, believe it or not, there's actually a cool breeze that comes through here as well. So like I was saying, here in the Central Park area, come on in here. This is usually where they do the water show at nighttime, but you could see that there is just nobody in here right now. Just come out in here and hang out. I mean, you got the view of the park still. Really, really relaxing. Unfortunately, one of the things about this area, there really aren't benches around here. You do have an area over here. You can can utilize as well, where there's just a bunch of benches out here, as well as this area here on the wall. My favorite hideaway over here, and Jess found this one during Horror Nights last year, was over here, behind this building. You just got little benches and planters everywhere. There is a bench over here. All of this is outside of, you know, the SpongeBob store. And then you go behind the Kids Zone Pizza. Right over there, there's some more tables as well. During events, that area does get a little crazy because, like, especially at Horror Nights, that is where the pizza fries are. But on normal operations, use them. Highly recommend using them. They're just out of the way and in the shade. Clearly, I don't have to tell you guys either that if you're trying to get out of the heat, Universal does pump the AC in all their stores. Jump in a store for a little bit. Go cool down. I mean, yeah, you may walk out of there buying something, but it's fun. Go ahead. Do it. Use your annual pass. Get your discount. So right here outside of Fievel, there's this whole area over here. Look at all these benches. Everybody just hanging out over here, people watching. One of the fun spots is over here. You also have the new Shrek meet and greet as well. So this may fill up and become more popular in the next coming months, but it's still in the shade. So obviously, you know, going to shows like this, Animal Actors on location, is a way to escape also, just to have a seat. But right outside of Animal Actors, there's a whole area over here under canopies. Just a whole seating area. Usually, always a table there for you to sit. Usually during Horror Nights, this is probably one of my favorite locations to go and try to like escape from little things. One of them, actually, I should say, is one of the locations that we like to during Horror Nights. Because usually here, what we do is get some pizza fries. We'll come over here and sit over here for a little while. Kind of away from everything. You let the sun go down. We do it in the beginning of the night over here, and kind of let things just marinate around you, and you know, the fun begin. That's my Horror Nights go-to in the beginning of the night. So, also referring back to the Coke Freestyle Machine video, and then we do where the restrooms are also, was over here where in the Simpsons area where the restroom is for Krusty Burger. This whole area is usually fairly quiet as well. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm going to be 100% honest is the fact that more of my favorite locations, and Jess's also, for escaping crowds and things like that, is actually over in Islands of Adventure. Well, a lot of people don't realize down these steps is a seating area as well. I'm gonna take you down there. So just because you see people down those stairs by Jebediah statue there, that does not mean that there is not enough seating down here. I'm gonna walk the entire length of this, and if you see behind me, there's a ramp. So if you are in a wheelchair, you can still get down here. If you want to know where the ramp is, it's actually right behind Lard Lad, between the Bumblebee and the Donuts. You can see where we're starting, behind the Bumblebee taco truck. Just walking down, see the view, it's literally right on the water. These are the stairs that I just came down behind Jebediah there. We're still going. Behind Duff now. Still going. And you literally bypass so much area of Springfield that gets congested just by walking down here. Because then it puts you out right here by the Quickie Mart, Don't get me wrong, we're all usually in a hurry sometimes, you know, it happens. Sometimes you just want to bypass that crowd. Definitely use this. And it's a great escape. You saw how many empty tables are down here. It's a Sunday afternoon with how many food places in this area. It's empty. There's maybe 3 or 4 families sitting at these tables. Do you like this? Right across to Harry Potter? Come on. Outside of the Men in Black shop, there's another location over here. Turn to over here. This area here. Now this area over here is a smoking area, so if you don't mind that, that's up to you. All I'm doing is showing you guys where there are escape areas in the park. So it usually gets a little crazier than the rest, because you do have Men in Black over here, people waiting for people to come off the ride. But you usually can sit down over here and, you know, just kind of escape. There's a breeze over here as well, so I don't know if you can hear the music as well, but you do have that to contend with as well. Right around the Men in Black sign as well. Kind of a little escape also. It's not off the beaten path here, but you can see how people are definitely utilizing it. So outside of the time from HHN, over here outside of the Fear Factor live stage, or the old Fear Factor live stage, I should say, there are benches over here as well. In the shade as also. During October, in the month of HHN, you know, there is queue lines over here that they do use for the shows usually. See all of this over here. Here's the benches. Just a little park-like setting. Just get away. One of our favorite locations to sit is right over here behind us, right across from the Fear Factor live stage. We've met so many viewers over here and had so many awesome conversations with you guys. And then also you got the area right here behind us, coming off of the bridge. You got this whole area here. Yes, there's no seating, but it's a quick recharge. Stop, lean up against the wall, take some photos out of the rest of the park. Great photo spot here. Amazing photos from here. This is actually where we filmed the 4th of July fireworks from. So now if you're a huge Harry Potter fan and you're just tired, but you just want to soak it all up in, still, I'm going to show you some Harry Potter areas where you can actually do that. Right here in the London waterfront area. This is where you want to go. Benches over here. You got the night bus over. You got the night bus over here. The whole Harry Potter area over there behind you. It's just awesome. I know, you're like, well, that's great, but that's not really Harry Potter, and no, it's London, and this and that. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going into Diagon Alley. But, yeah, right? Diagon Alley is always so crowded. Well, there are spots that aren't. This next spot I'm going to show you, not only is it usually less crowded, but there's also really good air conditioning in here too. Yep, Nocturne Alley.
We only have one.
You come on in here, enjoy the AC, and just hang out for a little while. There is a shop in here. If you have a wand, there are interactive areas that you can use them. We will be covering that in another video. The next spot I'm going to show you here in Diagon Alley necessarily isn't really an escape as much as it is a fun spot. It's more of a fun spot to get away and just sit down. I'm underneath the dragon, Gringotts Bank. To the side of it, there's that motorcycle. And then these stairs over here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm on the top of the stairs now. It gives you a different perspective of this area. All those people, they're just waiting for that dragon to go up because he does spit fire. Where the Banshees perform, that area in there is actually a really nice area to hang out in as well. You can escape. I know it's a big open area, but there's really nothing in there to kind of form lines or anything as well. Grab a butterbeer, escape the heat. It's all covered over there. So again, it's not one of those off the track, off the path places where there's not going to be anyone. But honestly, studios, those areas are harder to find. If you want those, like I said earlier, Islands of Adventure is going to be the area for that. King Cross Station behind me necessarily isn't really a getaway area or necessarily the fastest way to get over to Islands of Adventure, but it is one of the cooler ways to get over there. The air conditioning in here is always pumping. It's really, really cold in there at most times. I enjoy it so much to do it that way, but me here so much, it's not worth my time. But if you are a visitor here for the first time, you do need your park-to-park pass to get onto the train, to the Hogwarts Express over here. If you have it, this is your first time here, and you really want to do it, do it. San Francisco area, there's a bunch of places over here we're going to start with. San Francisco area, obviously you see where we are, right opposite of King's Cross here. There is a lot of seating over here that Jess and I really enjoy to get away from the crowds. Horror Nights, Christmas, every time of year that these are here, open to you guys. Great areas. So right there is where they do the portrait sketches. You come on right down this way. Right here is a whole area. Just usually nobody over here. This is right on the outside of the seafood restaurant. Now, cool thing is, this walkway here goes all the way around the pier and to the other side. Now, don't let this small area fool you, because there are other areas over here on the other side of this building right here. Fast and Furious right there. Right here at Lambert's Landing, the restaurant where we just showed you on the other side. There's still more seating over here. That walkway that was on the other side, this is what it is. It's right here. And it comes up right there. Just kind of take a scenic walk around. We're still going to stick within the San Francisco area. This is probably one of the more famous San Francisco seating locations behind the main walkway out here. Come on down this way, past the sign, past the candy shop. Get the bar over here as well. And right behind the bar is Bruce the Shark. And then straight back here is another seating area, but this seating area is also a smoking section. Like I said, I will let you guys know when I come across those, if it happens to be a seating area we're talking about. So, but there's also music here too that you got to contend to. Smoking section in this area. Down this way is all regular seating. Awesome thing about this location, you literally can come right back into the park. We're actually almost done with studios. After this, we are going to go over to Islands of Adventure. I'm going to show you the locations over there as well today. In the New York section of the park over here, come by the arcade, by the Palace Arcade over here, make the right. On the other side of Louis, again, it's a whole seating area over here as well. It's quiet. And as well as the end over there, we've shown that one many times before. That area is probably one of the easiest escapable areas. It is a smoking section as well though. This area behind me, still in the New York section, is probably one of the least traveled areas in the park as well, known as Sting Alley. Another area over here in the New York section you got is over here by the Tribute Store, right past Finnegan's. This whole area right behind me is a whole park area. There's seating on the outside, there's seating on the inside of the park too. All the seating out here. Come on up inside. All in here, the seating. Great area to get away from everything. It's in the middle of everything, but it's calm. Also, it is a smoking section. So, you can tell that also there is plenty of seating over here as well. This location also is that if you're here during the time of like a Christmas parade, Mardi Gras or something like that, you can sit in here and not have to worry about the crowd outside as much and actually watch the parades go by also. Also right opposite Jimmy Fallon is you got the Home Music Plaza area over here. This is actually fake grass over here, but it's actually nice and soft as well. So this does make for a good escape. Now, also keep in mind during horror nights, this usually does turn into a queue line for one of the haunted houses.
So here on the main strip where Shrek 4D used to be, right by the Minions, and here also, there are benches and stuff along the way here. It's not so much of an escape from people, but it is a good people watching spot. Alright, so I'm towards the exit of the park now. This whole area over here is usually another area that people kind of just rest up before they do their city walk. That was weird to say. But you got all the planters and stuff around here that you could just have a seat on and rest up before exiting out the gate and making that trek back to your car. Or like we're about to do, and head on over to Islands of Adventure. Before we do head over to Islands of Adventure though, I also do want to point out over here in the main courtyard area of Universal Studios is this whole area here. There is a smoking section out here as well. It's literally as you come out the gates in the plaza area by the arches. We're in Islands of Adventure now, so we're going to start these over here now too, but as you can see by the front gate here, this whole area up here is actually a really cool spot just to kind of hang out with. You got places to sit as well. Your front gate. Little places like this around. You got guest services over here. You can come over this way. There's more stuff around this way too. But we're going to continue on into the park now. As I did state earlier, there's a lot more places where you can get away from just the flow of traffic in this park as well. A lot of really cool spots where you can get good scenic views as well too. You see right outside the Island Market exports here. Some benches out here. Just good for people watching as they come through the tunnel. This whole area over here. Honestly, anywhere over here is great people watching if you're into that. One place that we never ate at is over here at the bakery. But I know I have sat over here a few times just to kind of, you know, regenerate myself, and you see there's enough tables over here. Usually nobody is occupying them either. But you walk right into the park. If you keep going straight ahead, there's a big area over there where hardly anybody ever goes. And it's a great escape with a great view. And you actually can see 90% of the park. This area I'm going to show you is still in the port of entry though. So you can see Seuss Landing, you can see the Jurassic Park, you see the Harry Potter Castle, Hogwarts Castle, you see Toon Lagoon, you see it all from here, and it's right over here by the Hulk coaster. I mean, check this area out. Right over there is a smoking area, so just keep that in mind. This whole area is not just here. It goes down over this way too. So you see these rocks over here? You can go walk right on out over here. And this is an awesome view if you're into that also. And it's quiet, there's nobody here. And the mood is definitely set by the port of entry music over here as well. I mean, come on out over here. The Seuss Landing, the Lost Continent, the Wizarding World, Jurassic Park, over there to the Popeye ride, and then you look right into Marvel. You're literally in every land at one time over here. As you can see with these people, they got the right idea. And that's the thing too, is a lot of these areas around here in Islands of Adventure are themed to the areas that they're in. I mean, Studios is too, but it's so much more themed over here in Islands of Adventure. You got the entrance to Seuss Landing right there, but if you're right before it, right outside the Visco Bar and Grill, there's a whole area here right outside the restaurants. Now we're actually going to go into Seuss Landing. And there's actually a couple in here to get away as well. One area is actually as soon as you enter the land, it's right over here to your right. Right behind you is the water and everything. benches everywhere. And the cool thing is all the benches in this area are designed for kids. So you and your kid can sit on these benches.
There's also this little getaway over here too, which is kind of really cool with the theming. You see all the water here, the waterfall, almost right down to where you actually entered the land.
But I guess, again, that's not the only area around here. You got right here behind us in here. Nobody really utilizes this area over here.
Just walk right on in. As you can see, there's just benches everywhere back here. And it's really themed well too. There's, like I said, benches everywhere. And the cool thing is, it's right off of the Cat in the Hat shop too. Right there by Cat's Hats and things. Yeah, there's just benches everywhere.
Now over here on the other side of the Cat in the Hat ride, by One Fish, Two Fish, there's a whole area back there too that is hardly ever touched by anybody also.
There's the ride, One Fish, Two Fish. Right back here, there is a stage area, but there are no stage shows going on over here. As you can see, it's just it really escaping the whole park without losing any kind of theming. Just hang out back here, you know, bring your drink back here, just bring the kids back here if they need a break, and recharge.
Standing in front of One Fish, Two Fish, to the other side of it, there's another area as well.
So right over here, if you remember, if you see here during Christmas time, this is the entranceway to the Grinch show. But you got the restrooms over here, you got press penny machines over here, and just a bunch of seating areas over here as well. It's right outside Circus McGurkus.
You see what Circus McGurkus behind me. I have the zoo here in front of me. I'm going to show you here now, right there, and we're actually right behind the Karasusigal, right? So over here is another area that's not utilized by anybody. It's just a foot traffic area. So it's themed, but nobody around you.
You have this whole walkway over here. You can actually see here, watch the trolley going by. Watch the kids playing over here. And we just continue down. There's just so many little walkways that you can get back to the main path also. Right over there is the entrance to trolley. We just keep coming down. But it drops you right behind Green Eggs and Ham to that seating area over here as well. You see, hardly ever used is the Green Eggs and Ham seating area as well. Great view of everything over here as well. Another walkway, not really utilized by anybody. I mean, there's really nothing on these walkway except awesome theming, just like you're seeing. And you are under the High in the Sky trolley as well. But you can also come down over here, down these stairs. And it leads you right on to Sneech Beach. So once you come down those stairs, you're literally right here on Sneech Beach. And just hang out. Theming, views. What else would you want?
Then you can use this same walkway and put you at the end of Zeus Landing, which realistically is a bypass through the whole area. You don't want to, if you're just trying to get through it quickly, trying to get to Harry Potter or something.
Once you cross this bridge, it'll put you right on over into a whole new land. Entering the Lost Continent, you see the water god in front of you? Make this left here, it's another hideaway. This is actually one of our favorite hideaways because nobody hardly ever comes down here.
I like this one so much because the view down here of the Velocicoaster and the Incredible Hulk coaster are just amazing.
There is a pathway there, and it does lead down to here. This is a smoking section as well in this first corner. But as you can see, there's your view of the whole coaster from down here. And then we'll keep walking this way. I mean, you can definitely see what I'm talking about with the Velocicoasters right there. Just staring at you in the face. So amazing. There's actually multiple spots that you get good views of both coasters in this park. I mean, check it out. And then you just turn your head and it's right there. So awesome.
You keep walking down this pathway here, there is outdoor dining to Mythos, which is the Greek restaurant that keeps winning awards, the best theme park dining. But you can actually access these areas over here as well. And you thought the view that I just showed you, the Velocicoaster, was good. Wait until you see it from over here.
Just come down, here's the seating that I was telling you about. Just keep walking all the way down to the fence. Looks like there were some people here watching the coaster as it was. And there it is. You get to watch all of the coaster from here. So awesome to see from here. Especially at nighttime when the lights are going, it's amazing.
Honestly, the Lost Continent has to be one of our favorite spots to get away from everything. Just the theming, you know, it's just all rock work and natural feeling to it. There's more here to show you in the Lost Continent as well.
Such as over here, right in front of Poseidon's Fury. Check all this out over here. I mean, just see how quiet it is over here. And you just hang out by some lost ruins out here.
So come over here by Fire Eaters. There's tables and stuff over here too that usually aren't occupied as well. There's some cool things over here as well.
So this is the area where King Julian usually comes out and meets. You got this covered area over here. But right across from there, before you get through those archways, there's this whole seating area as well. Come on down here. And this is a fountain over here that most people don't even realize is over here.
Grab some food, come on over here, eat it, and then you're back on the go. Nice and shaded area, so you're resting up pretty well too. There's another one attached to it on the other side. Over here by First Aid. This whole area really is a great people watching area. So many seating areas around. Or you can go over here by the fountain. You can come over here by the fountain and just hang out as well. Leaving the Lost Continent, coming into Hogsmeade over here now. There's areas in Hogsmeade that we can recommend. There's not so much like you're getting away from people so much, but there's just kind of really cool places in there. Right outside of Hogsmeade is one of the areas where we can actually recommend to come and just kind of recharge yourself. It's right here, right outside of the train station.
This whole area is what I'm talking about here, right outside the train station. The train station's right there. You can see what people are just doing. They're kind of hanging out and people watching and recharging themselves in here. But we're going to take you on into Hogsmeade.
There are enough stores in these parks that you can go into if you need the AC. I recommend you stopping in there every once in a while. I know I've been doing that every now and then because it is hot out here today while I'm filming this.
This is There's one area here, there's a bunch of benches over here under this overhang connected to the outpost. This is really hard to get seats in there. What most people do is they come over here, sit on the walls over here. Again, it's not an easy area to just stop and rest. Backside of the outpost right now. This is the exit way to Hagrid's right here too.
I like this because you kind of get the real Harry Potter feel of the lands over here. And you get to watch Hagrid's as it passes by as well.
But you can see a lot of people have the same idea. Because you get to see this over here. And honestly, the closer you get to the castle, the less spaces you have to escape and actually recharge.
But now we're actually going to go into one of the areas of the park that has the most shading, and probably one of my all-time favorites here. I mean, other than, you know, Harry Potter, but everybody likes Harry Potter, right?
So I literally have to say it because why not? Welcome to Jurassic Park. Just walk through the archways to Jurassic Park and you can see really just how shaded it is over here. You spend a day over here just people watching, no matter where you are.
Realistically, down by Velocicoaster, I'm not even going to go down there because there's really nowhere down there to escape. Yes, there's seating along the wall there. You can watch the Velocicoaster come down the top hat over there. But realistically, there's not shading around like you have here. So if you're waiting for somebody to get off the ride, yes, it's a cool area to hang out. Other than that, I really wouldn't go down there if you don't have to.
So here's the example I was telling you of by the Velocicoaster. I went into Burger Digs to get the shot for you guys. It's just all the seating over there along the wall. And then you can just watch the coaster as it comes down.
Realistically though, the seating here in Dino Digs is an awesome location as well. Shaded, there's outdoor seating, there's also indoor seating right here in the windows as well over here. Get your Coke Freestyle over here as well and just kind of hang out and recoup yourself. So honestly, trust me, here in Orlando you need to. It is hot. There's definitely more areas here in Jurassic Park that is worth stopping at. One of the areas right here behind me, right by the games, there's a whole wall over here. And there's a whole area right behind over there by the restrooms as well.
So you're by the pizza place, come on over here by the restrooms. This whole seating area back here in the shade and away from everything. Again, you got ceiling fans as well.
And once I got into here at the Islands of Adventure, their theming is basically top notch in this park, so you shouldn't expect anything less from these little areas that I'm showing you too.
River Adventure, the water ride, they have a really fun area to get away from everything also. On the side of the Jurassic Park restaurant, where the drop is for the River Adventure ride. You come stand here, just hang out, watch this. Yeah, best time of day to watch that because of the lights. Just hang out over here, you get a little mist on you, cool down. Or if you really wanted to, you can come right on over here to the whole splash zone, which we're not. Watch the splash zone.
Believe it or not, we're only halfway through these areas in this park right now as well. It's only half the park we've been through, can you believe it? Coming up into Toon Lagoon. Where do you hide out in here? Well, there's an awesome spot in here. There's a couple awesome spots. I mean, you can hang out over here by the entranceway to Dudley Do Ride's Ripsaw Falls. And wait for your party to come on off. But a lot of other people have this idea too. main area that I want to show you guys is coming up. It's actually over here by Popeye. It's really cool. It's a really, really cool area.
We do have the Popeye statue here as well. This whole area is usually fairly easy to get a spot to sit down and all that. The only thing back this way is the Popeye ride, the water ride. So the cool thing is too, that these lockers over here do have tables as well with a canopy over them. But we're going straight down that way.
So I'm back here by Me Ship the Olive now, and there's a walkway back here. Hardly anybody even realizes it's here. One of the coolest things I've seen here in Islands of Adventures. Very themed.
Benches right outside Me Ship the Olive there. You come on this way. Over this bridge here. Well, you're asking, what's this bridge? Well, I mean, there's the lagoon viewing over this way. Well, what's this? You can actually watch people on the ride back here getting stoked. Watch this. They're gonna get it right now. And that's why you don't come off that ride dry. So you can continue on though. Keep walking down this way. Well, it said lagoon viewing area. Well, it legit is the lagoon viewing area. Check it out. You got the Hulk coaster right there. You got Seuss Landing. You got the Lost Continent over there. And it's all themed to Popeye back here. It's a nice little stroll to get away from it all. And yet you're still right next to the Popeye ride. It just keeps going. Like I said, right next to the Popeye ride. Check it out. Oh, here comes more. They're gonna get it. Wow. This is one of the coolest features over here as well, is for your older viewers right now, the Plymouth Rock. Well, if you can see, this rock is in the shape of a car. X marks the spot in the water. Also, look what you get an awesome view of right here. You got the Velocicoaster, just as you did on the other side, but check it out at nighttime. This is amazing. This is just one cool view from back here of this ride. We're gonna get another one here soon. Down this way. Little fish school down there. Popeye's mailbox. Check out how much closer you get over here. This is awesome.
is your view from the top of the Mies ship, the Olive now too. Okay, so I'm at the end of Toon Lagoon by the Marble side now. Over here by Comic Strip Cafe, there's a whole seating area as well. Usually very secluded. Comic Strip Cafe right there. And come through the doghouse here. Down by the restrooms over this way. There's some covered areas over here. And it's very shaded over here as well too. Over here, nice and quiet, away from everything. I'm back on the main strip. We do have this whole area outside of the old theater over here as well, where you can kind of just hang out and mellow out as well. Especially this time of day. These theme parks do catch up to you really quick. We got Marble here. We just walked through the Toon Lagoon area where the whole game sections were. It's just another view from this side over here. So you see where the games are. There's these stairs here. And it's just a quiet area around here. You got little places all around here behind me as well. There's just a few more areas in the park to cover. Right outside the comic store here, you turn this way. There's this whole little section over here. Right here, this whole area. And the cool thing is it's quiet. There's nothing here. There's nobody. I mean, you can see the Popeye ride back there. You can kind of hear it too, but there's just nothing going on here. It's peaceful. Come back here to enjoy yourself. Spider-Man ride there, the 5 and dime. You keep turning down this way. The way you go to Doom. Well, actually, believe it or not, this whole area back here is usually fairly quiet too. And you got fireworks over here too. Check this out. I mean, realistically, what is there a better way to kind of end your night just by hanging out and getting it all back together? So this is bringing us back up to the front of the park now, walking back into Port of Entry. So we showed you over that way earlier today, but over here, outside of Cinnabon and Starbucks, there's a sitting area as well. In the mornings, this is a busy area. During the rest of the day, it's fairly calm. Well, now we're by the exit to Islands of Adventure. This took well over 4 hours to put together for filming wise. Honestly, showing you guys places to relax, I need a place to relax now, and I think that's it for us with this. If we missed anything, please let me know in the comments. If there's an area that you guys enjoy that we went to, let me know also. We'll see you guys out here.